We are live. Hello. Welcome, everybody, to Losers Round 2 of Spring League 2024 between Roromaniac8 and MegaSlim. I am one of your hosts, Crazy Comics, and I'm joined by...
Spooky Miyoshi here today. And yes, this is our last matchup in Losers Round 2 today. And depending on this matchup, there may be a follow-up match right after.
Yes, so if MegaSlim wins, we're going to go right into Slim versus Nintendo, but Roromaniac stands in his way. So we will see how this race goes. Both of these guys have raced each other many times in our little collective crew that we have. Both are excellent runners of this game, so sure to be an excellent match. We got some nice horizontal starting movement between them. So
yeah, let's talk about that. We have 3 glide, 1 quick run, 1 dot. We do not have a single vertical movement. It is all horizontal. So
yeah, we are going to be zooming as long as it's not up a sloped surface.
Correct. The other thing to note, we do not have any blue worlds to start, so everything is on the table right now, which we haven't seen as much in recent seeds, so this is definitely a big piece to look out for.
Yep. So yeah, we have a lot of options, so we're now waiting in anticipation for the start of this seed. Yeah, so for those who have not seen path hints, we're going to be getting progression points by doing things throughout the seed that will give us hints saying something like connection, peace, non-existence, or nothing, or a combination of the 3 are on the path. Like, this world is on the path to those 3 proofs or none of them. So whatever we find in that world will hint towards the world that it is found in, right? And you can see those on the left side of your screen, what important checks hint towards what worlds, and everything like that. It's a little hard to explain, but you'll kind of figure it out as we go throughout the seed. So.
Yeah, and to help with facilitating information about the paths, you will see on the left-hand side of your screen, the worlds will be cycling with the items that point toward them, and then on our right-hand side, we will occasionally have this proof tracker pop up, where we will present the information that we have based on both trackers. Now, please remember that we as an audience will have all the information from both racers. The racers may not have all of it at the time.
Correct. So yeah, we are the figurative gods looking in on on these 2 runners.
And
we know
they are
all.
off.
Yeah. All right. Nothing right out of the gate starting wise. We will see what they get in the first 3 checks. Alrighty. So we got a high jump, so we immediately have our vertical movement. So
yep.
Very nice. We see MegaSlim going into Pride Lands, nice standard opening.
Yep, we're taking a little bit more time doing full menuing before going in, so we'll be pretty quick behind, I believe.
Yeah. So Roro heading in.
And we have Slim starting with these living bones, and very clean opening to this. Pretty standard for those who know the manipulation, but a lot of this does depend on your partners helping you out with keeping the second living bones taken care of while you're finishing off the first one. Slim very quickly gets through it. Roro looking to do the same and is finishing up now.
So we're going to see just a little bit ahead with MegaSlim finding these important checks. We got ourselves a Wisdom, we got ourselves a Magnet, and there's still more here. So very nice things to find early on. Love a nice early form. Love some nice crowd control right at the very beginning. Heading into Pride Rock here. We got ourselves an ability chest with MP Haste, so that's a little something to note. The chests are colored based upon their contents. So yeah, red chests are going to have abilities. Black chests have kind of junk items. And then blue for magic, orange for forms, white for world unlocks, stuff like that. And just very nice for our runners to just look at and be like, hey, I can skip this chest, or I need to get that. Like right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing to note that armor and accessories are currently with this version of the generator, they are in junk chest.
Yeah.
So
yeah, typically they would be in another kind of branch of check, colored chests and everything, but for this they are just lumped in with junk chests. We see a thunder here from MegaSlim side in the jungle. Still more to find here in Pride Lands. We got 4 more checks here before we leave the world. We also found ourselves another high jump, so that's also pretty fun. But yeah, so 3 important checks, and we are out of the world. The world is still alive.
Yep.
So we could find some stuff that could hint towards Pride Lands later on. We don't know. There's still quite a few checks left in that world to find.
You have MegaSlim now going and checking these first 4 checks in World That Never Was, and then immediately heading back out from there. Roro is right on his tail doing the same thing.
Yeah, like I said, these runners have raced each other multiple times, so they're very familiar with how each other plays, stuff like that. So they might be trying to play to each other, like being like, what would they do? What would they do?
That experience boost in the first 3 of LOD is going to be very helpful when it comes to leveling. We do have, levels is still live for having important checks. Obviously, we'll not have our proofs, as the proofs are on those second visit bosses in the main world. So your things like drive forms, levels, 100 Acre Woods will not have the proofs.
Slim did a nice little camera trick there in Finkelstein's lab, just kind of flipping the camera directly backwards just to see what that chest behind them is. Didn't have to check it, but find ourselves our first set of torn pages here in the woods. The world is still alive, so we're going to see Christmas Town fight here from MegaSlim, followed shortly by Roromaniac8.
Now, something to note, they are only level 6 currently, but they have 18 magic already. Yeah. So, we will have to see how the levels will affect their stats going forward, but 18 magic at level 6 is actually pretty solid. Did not see the starting stats on the Keyblade, so there are a lot of things to consider.
Ooh, nice early reflect in Christmas Town. Alrighty, we got MegaSlim getting through this first fight. Roro doing a nice fun optimization there, going into wisdom form just to refill his MP and go right back into this. Slim finding an identity disc as well as another torn page, and the world is still alive. So none of these early worlds wanting to blue.
Yeah, and one thing to note, we have high jump level 3 already. We started with no vertical movement, and we are now at high jump 3. So, still no aerial dodge though, which I think that's what the runners would have preferred for vertical movement of the 2. Now you have Slim going through OC here, doing his early checks here. We'll probably leave before Hades escape, and we will see what all is here. It doesn't look like too much so far, so... Oh!
Another torn page.
Yeah.
We can almost go to Spooky Cave. If we really wanted to.
I mean, as you get more torn pages during this shotgun, it is going to incentivize these runners to potentially look at 100 Acre a little sooner. So,
right, which 100 Acres kind of a double-edged sword. Like, yes, it is kind of a longer world with the mini games and everything like that, but the mini games do give you a progression point each, and each important check you find there just gets it one step closer to bluing it, which could be really good information going on if it gets hinted towards one of the proofs and everything like that. So yeah, something our runners both have to consider.
Yep. Now we have our first deviation here. Roro is going into Twilight Town, while Slim did opt to skip it at first. Mm-hmm. I could very easily see Roro just checking everything through or up to station fight and leaving, and wanting to hold that station fight for potential final levels.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. So nothing really here in the shotgun of SP. Slim's going to be going and doing this mini game before heading out because you have to. Got ourselves a summon on Roro's side. Nice Chicken Little. Is very good to find, especially for early crowd control if you're going to like push tower, Port Royal, places like that. Very nice to see them. But yeah. But all right, we also got a
form.
Nice master form. Also magic. Another thunder. Got a Zeus seed going on here.
Yep, and we do have Slim going into 100 Acre for the first 3 here.
6 probably.
Probably going at least first 6. May very well opt to go all the way to Kanga's house. Because if the world dies before Kanga's house, why not find out? Go to Kanga's house at least, and then that's an option. Or like Slim did, you will just check the first 6 and leave, because you don't want to do the mini games unless you feel like you have to commit to them.
Right. Now, say we get an early hint and it's like, 100 Acre Woods on the path to blah, blah, blah. Like, we'd probably see a push then, just because, yeah, we'd get some good stuff. Good information and everything like that. A lot of black chests here in the courtyard of OC. Got our first aerial dodge. So we have a complete set of movement from MegaSlim. So probably going to save warp, go right back in, check mini and the chest here. We may see a mouse push.
Most likely. We will see this mouse push, because mouse push itself is one progression point, and then pass Pete right after, very quickly after, is another progression point, and would give Slim his first hit.
Right. Absolutely.
Slim pushing Mini down this wall very consistently, very quickly, and gets through the first part of the escort pretty unharmed. So
yep. Roro deciding let's go into Agrabah. So Roro knows that we need to see some different content going on here, so goes to Agrabah.
Okay. So Roro is death abusing and finishes very quick death abuse there. So now we're going to have quite a few checks. Slim is just going to be running through this throne room here, escorting Mini to the throne. So it's going to be a little bit. But Roro's now got a Blizzard in Agrabah. So
we're going to be seeing a lot of new content over on Roro's side.
And I think the thing is you're going to have a fair amount of checks between where Roro's at and the Abu escort. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. Slim about to reach the throne with Mini here. One progression point away from our first hint. Got a lot of ability chests here in
there's a yep, and Roro getting the negative combo. Yep. Air combo.
First negative combo that we know. Like there could be one on like a Keyblade that we picked up or something like that.
And another level of dodge roll. So Roro still doesn't have that aerial dodge, which we know is in DC Courtyard.
Yeah. So we got our first hint over on MegaSlim's side that Blizzard has no path to light. So that would mean that Hollow Bastion is killed off for any of our proofs.
We also have Feather Charm to just come up, so that's gonna kill off Port Royal as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For some reason, I cannot mark these down. I'll leave it to the professionals. All right, and MegaSlim getting that hint, deciding, you know what, let's go check it. And if it wasn't clear already that Hollow Bastion is dead, we're just getting a membership card as well to really hammer home. There's no Hollow Bastion still. So.
Yep, and now Roro going into Beast Castle here. It's gonna take advantage of this and level up Wisdom Form to 4 here. Mm-hmm. Nominee sketches. Not really of any value in a rando seed like this, but that is a world unlock in Archipelago, so.
Wasn't sure if he had enough drive gauge, because they were dropping drive orbs, so you kind of could have level master in there, but
no, I think
just taking the death abuse and making it quick.
Exactly. Roro now doing some menuing. First time really going back into the menu since the opening of the seed. Mm-hmm. So
yes, sir.
Like we said, we know Slim is very quickly trailing behind Roro's path in Agrabah. And there was something to note that there was an aerial dodge right before the Abu Escort, so they have both of them have all forms of movement.
Yep.
And for the most part, this is very much a let's move quick and get to content type of seed now because of the amount of movement that they have.
Right.
I think the only thing to note is they still don't quite have the movement for a core skip. You'd ideally want a little bit more on the quick run. And that's the one thing we haven't seen yet.
Roro picking up the second negative combo here in Beast Castle. So, taking a second to organize his magic and everything like that before going in and fighting Thresholder. Probably going to be leveling up Master a little bit on that since he drops drive orbs and stuff like that. We haven't found any tools to really speed up this fight.
Yep, and now we also have Slim going into Twilight Town, so it's going to very quickly get the items that Roro's gotten out of there and pretty much be caught up with Roro when it comes to, having all of Roro's checks plus maybe any extras that he got, like the extra magnet in Disney Castle that Roro doesn't have yet.
Roro popping Peter Pan here. Probably for safety. So.
Yeah, your strength stat's a little bit suspect at 13 for this fight, but completely understandable. Just to pop it off quickly.
Yeah. A nice 23 magic stat in this fight makes this nice and clean. He gets his first hint. Slim, meanwhile, finishing up Twilight Town. We'll see where he goes after this. Wouldn't be surprised if he followed to Beast Castle. Instead, looks like he's going to Hollow Bastion. Oh, that makes sense. We got Drive Converter on Kingdom Key. That's why we were seeing a bunch of drive orbs there on the Beast Castle opening fight.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not standard. So, you got Slim now going into Hollow Bastion here. It's going to opt to give up the potential early, final level spot. But
speaking of which,
speaking of which, Final is in Beast Castle, and Beast Castle's dead with that. So
Beast Castle is dead, and it obviously has no path to the light because final form doesn't point to anything because forms can't have it, regular levels can't have it, 100 Acre Wood can't have proofs. So yeah, Roro going into Port Royal and is going to continue through Port Royal. Also, fun other thing to note, somewhere after the old Pete push, MegaSlim found another magnet, so he's working with Magnera. So very nice crowd control here early on. Making nice quick work of this Bailey fight, getting some more prog points. And nothing really in the first visit important check-wise, and he's just going to go right back in, see what else he can find.
I mean, that's more than reasonable. It's another dozen plus checks here before any real combat, so makes perfect sense to push this a little bit deeper just to get a little bit more information.
Absolutely. Roro in the town fight, going to get some extra wisdom experience off of this first fight.
Yep. Was potentially trying to get wisdom 5 there, just a little bit short probably. But I could see very easily getting it with like another handful of kills.
Or pushing Goofy out of the way. It just wouldn't move. Alright. Slim coming across quite a few checks here.
Roro popping onto the Black Pearl just goes right into final form and immediately blitzes through that fight.
Corridor's just got a lot of keyblades.
Oh, once more in the room just before minute fight.
Nice.
And Roro now heading back out. So looks like Roro's going to go check 100 Acre and get the information that Slim had there, while Slim is finishing up Ansem study here.
Yep. Slim finding a beast claw in the down there, and Roro gonna do the mini game. So.
Oh, that's huge. Slim found a winner's proof keyblade with experience boost. So Slim now has double EXP boost.
Double EXP boost, got Magnera. Going here, he's gonna get the second negative combo. So yeah, he's gonna have quite a few tools for in Space Paradox. Goofy going around killing all these Heartless, making it a little tricky for him to death abuse.
Yeah, and every time as Slim's about to get hit, Donald and Goofy are killing some of these Heartless and popping XP orbs back to Slim. So Slim is struggling to get this death abuse going. Looks like just finally decided, you know what, I'm just gonna pop back into Wisdom form and just get the hit count.
Meanwhile, we got Roro at Rabbit's house. Getting a Trinity limit. All right.
Yeah, and Roro's gonna continue pushing. Looks like gonna plan to head to Kenga's just because of having those 3 Torn pages.
Makes total sense.
Also, the Kenga. I was gonna say also Kenga minigame being the shortest one in execution. Not a bad idea for another progression point.
Yeah, so he'll have another hint by the time that he leaves this world. So MegaSlim doing content that we've already seen, everything like that. So, what do you think is the next play from these runners after
I think Roro's gonna go Hollow Bastion, most likely, just because he has Final Form. If he doesn't go Hollow Bastion, he's gonna go Disney Castle. It's one of the two. But he has Final Form, so he can get Final Level 2 off that intro fight, and have that prepped so that he can make a bigger push into Twilight Town. So there's that as an option, and then again the Disney Castle pushing at least a pass Pete. Another standard choice. I think Slim has quite a few options from here, especially once he gets to that Final Form.
I'd guess TT for Slim. Just finding this Final Form and everything like that. You can go level on the station fight and everything like that. But Roro only finding a Berserk charge here in Kanga's house. Gonna quickly do this mini game and get our next hint that Sora's heart is on the path to connection. So there's something on levels that's gonna hint towards connection. So very nice to find. And
Roro debating between the two options goes with the Hollow Bastion play.
Yep. So we're gonna see our first final levels here from Roro. Just as Slim is about to pick up his Final Form.
Slim decides to break the buddy crate at the start of this mini game here. So now finds that Final Form, sees, oh, this is dead, heads right for the exit.
Yeah, leaving the lamps dark, not helping the servants, just leaving. And like you said, going into Hollow Bastion. Gonna get some final experience off of this upcoming fight. You got Magnera, you've got Final Form. This is gonna be nice and quick, especially with that 26 magic stat before pop and final. Which brings it to 33. Oh my gosh, yeah. Look at these enemies melt. Like they're just gone. So we might see a push into core. We might see a core skip. You've got two aerial dodges, so it'll be a little tricky, but you can do it.
I think the other thing to consider, only one quick run still, so you're gonna have to rely on horizontal movement from a form. Right. We don't have Final Fire. But I could see, I mean, not fire. We don't have fire, but we do have Blizzard, and Master Blizzard has a really good interaction set to push you across.
Master Blizzard and Thunder, if you angle it correctly.
The quick run too, right there in the room. Let's see, Slim looks like he's setting. Oh, bonks his head on the turnaround there. Fine. He decides, well, I'm just going to go ahead and head out and goes into Dancer fight.
Yep. Alrighty. Yeah, going to exit this fight with Final Four, maybe? Not sure if this will be enough experience.
It'll be close.
There we go. All right. Nice power boost. Highly doubt we're going to see a Demix fight here from Slim. Just going to check these next two checks and then dip.
Might still go back in and try to do core again, but you're right. Most likely he's going to dip, at least for now. So.
Alrighty. And Slim going to go into Twilight Town, top off those final levels, and we may see a push, at least to tower, not push to tower. Not sure if we'll see a tower climb from Slim yet. Actually, with the progression points he has, might see a tower climb just to get him one step closer to hint 3.
Well, and also, I usually don't like bringing up the idea of playing to like a meta against your opponent, but Roro is notorious for tower defense, so
Yeah.
I might do it just on that note, but we will see. Slim getting through station fight very quickly, getting that final 5, and then just doing what he needs to do to get through with the hit count.
Hit number 3 is no kidding. It's said that earlier that final form is going to hint towards nothing. So Beast Castle hints towards nothing. Hey, a nice picture. We can keep going.
That's going to be the incentive to definitely climb this tower.
Plus, you got Chicken Little, who's going to make these fights a breeze.
I mean, you have Chicken, you have Magnera. You still have a little bit more Wisdom XP to get on Slim's side. It's only 1 level, but it's still, completely reasonable to do that. You do finally find a money pouch, too, at the bottom of the tower.
Yeah, we have not seen a shop check quite yet, so we're not sure if we've got Duck Flare in the shop, but we can at least feed our ether addiction. Alright, we got Slim finishing out the wisdom levels here in tower. Popping right back into it.
And we got Roro here taking advantage of the drive orbs in core. Looking to just immediately leave, but gets Master 2.
Yeah.
And then just says, let's keep going. Let's head to Dancers.
Something you can do in core, especially early on, is you can go into Master, level off of that orb, and then go back into the big room, die, go back in, and it'll respawn. So, like, you can get some more levels off of that. The only reason I don't think we're quite doing that is probably lack of jackpots, because it's not given a whole ton. For if you want to get it up to 5 and everything like that.
I think lack of jackpots and the fact that they started with Drive Converter on that Kingdom Key, you're more incentivized to try to get those orbs doing content.
Right. Roro ran out of ethers, so is now just kind of trying to survive against these dancers. Did something interesting there earlier on, where he positioned the camera to look in on those 2 chests, and found that they were both dead or just acknowledging what they were. So that way, when you come back through, you can either not worry about them or worry about them. Ooh, close dancer. Slim made it through TT1, going back into TT2. We got another hint saying that Olympus Coliseum is on the path to connection. Considering we've only found torn pages there, that kind of puts all of our torn page worlds on the map. So LOD, Pride Lands, Agrabah, and Disney Castle.
Here's the other thing that does, here's the other thing that does, and I think this is bigger. The fact that that's only torn pages are on the path of connection, it does kill off non-existence and peace for all the torn page worlds.
That is true.
So that's a lot bigger piece of information than you would suspect.
Right. Yeah. So we're going into TT, going to get some more final levels, and Slim, after finding that hint, is like, you know what? Let's see what all is here, and so he's going to push into OC.
Here's another thing that happens with the way these hints have fallen so far, though, is World That Never Was and Halloween Town are both they both can't be on connection, because connection is already hinted in 2 separate places, and we have 2 magnets that are not pointing toward them. And the number of total checks that are point toward World That Never Was and Halloween Town are too low to make up for that. So
True.
that is another world that we've got off our plates at this point.
Absolutely.
Actually, yeah. So we've got quite a bit going so far.
Got ourselves a Cerberus fight over on Slim's side.
Yeah, and we actually have Roro climbing tower here. Again, that picture definitely incentivizing. Hey, TT2's on the map. Let's go there, and try to get more progression points because the TT2 fight's very quick and it is worth progression.
Yeah, and actually, after this tower climb, Roro will have his next hint. So, with those progression points from 100 Acre Wood that he's already done, makes it a little bit quicker for him. All right, Slim on Urns. Roro finishing up the second tower fight. About to finish up TT1 visit.
I will say a hint right now to Halloween Town would be huge. It would give us a lot of details on where some other worlds that could potentially be dead, or potential worlds that are most likely to have what we, some of these proofs.
Yeah,
I think
a nice fire hint, or nice fire in OC. So that kind of doubles down on some of the words. Anyway, keep going.
I think the big thing that we have to look at is we have very, very little information so far when it comes to non-existence and peace. But the just the Torn Patient was pretty huge for that. So I will say that was a big thing going that it had going for it. Now this does technically leave Space Paranoids as having a double proof on the table right now. So that is something else to consider. And with the stats that these two racers have going at this point, I could see taking advantage of double EXP boost, everything else, push through screens, and making a play for Space Paranoids being on the cards for one, if not both, very soon.
Right. Got a nice next hint saying that STT is on the path to peace. It's our first peace hint.
But that also does kill off the double proof. So.
Yeah. So it can be a nice single proof.
It still can.
I'm waiting for the 100 proof. Oh wait, I can't. I don't think we can get that in Rando. You can get that in other aspects of life, just not in Rando.
Okay.
And that's all I have to say about that. We got some nice master leveling over here from Roro. Got to level 3. I think that's the first master levels we've seen out of this.
Yeah, we saw level 2. We saw level 2 when Roro went into core, and then just quickly picking up level 3 before the escort.
Yeah, wasn't sure if Slim's going against Hydra right now. This is a nice place to pick up some drive orbs and everything like that. Wasn't sure if we'd see some master leveling here, but just gonna take it nice and quick and do some nice final forms.
And unlike Slim, Minnie decides to troll Roro. Wants to continue trying to throw the orb every time Roro starts to try to push her down the wall, so has to take it slow and steady there.
Right. These reflects for Slim not quite helping him out. Just got that nice sliver left on Hydra. There it is. So couldn't quite pick up all these drive orbs here right at the end, but still securing the Hydra kill.
Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. Just needing just a touch longer, or just another, or one of those reflects earlier on to connect in order to have picked up all the master leveling you would have gotten off of those drive orbs.
Yeah. So there's still more in OC after the first visit. Still just the Torn Page and Fire being hinted towards connection. Going into Port Royal, this cannot have a proof, but it does have prog points. It does have pirates who drop money and therefore drive orbs. So could be some very nice master form levels.
I mean, I agree with that. I think the other thing to consider is not only could it be master form levels, but if Slim wanted to, could very easily, instead of going for master form levels on the minute fight, could just opt to get the critical HP or a lower HP and take advantage of that double EXP boost with Blizzard or Thundara to pick up a bunch of levels here. So
Also got auto limit, so you could go into limit form.
There's a lot of
levels there. There's a lot of things you can do here.
Yep.
All right. Roro about to pick up his second magnet here in Timeless River. And we'll see where he goes from here. He's going to go to the shop. Check the shop. No duck flare. But is going to buy a ton of items for himself.
Mainly ethers with some elixirs. And is actually looking to push windows here. Roro might be considering just finishing off this DC visit in one go. He's already here. He can get, the appropriate levels for drives while here. Because some of these Windows fights do have master or have drive orbs drop naturally from them, so would be a good place to do that.
All right, so we got a kind of a combination here from MegaSlim. Going to be leveling with the EXP boost while also getting drive orbs from the pirates. So both of our runners taking the level of master in their own ways. Really good.
I do like this technique that Slim is using. It's not something that you normally see, but it's very efficient and keeping yourself safe while getting those reflects and forcing the pirates into the light. And speaking of pirates, their skill and crossbones, that is PR2 access.
Yep. So in this world that can't have the proof, gonna have some really good stuff for you. Roro maxing out all of the drives that we've got so far and nothing. We have not seen any important checks from drives quite yet.
I mean, one thing to note though, comics perfectly timed that Master 5 to get Master 5 as he finished Windows and is on to Boat Meat.
Yeah, excellently done. We also have our next hint over on MegaSlim's side that Hollow Bastion has no path to the light. So we already know that Beast Castle is dead, but there's more to be found in that world, so more worlds could be killed off. But given how many worlds have no path to the light or have like a single path to the light and everything like that, might start looking at some of like our lower important check worlds.
I mean, something to really consider here, comics, is based on our tracker information that we have. Currently, the worlds that are in play for all 3 proofs still potentially are all the worlds outside of World That Never Was that have 4 or less total checks pointing to them.
It's true.
So.
Yeah, so very interesting. Like, you find the one hint that hints those worlds, and it will get real interesting. All right, so we got some leveling from MegaSlim here in Space Paranoids, and we've got the end of Timeless River for Roro. Gonna be finishing up right here. Now, this is a world where it could possibly have a connection, so we shall see if this pays off.
Yep. And let's see, is Roro rewarded here? No, it is not.
So there is no connection in Disney Castle. So let's check back in on Slim, still leveling. Found, it is Land of Dragons. Land of Dragons has the proof of connection. Because that is the only thing on levels, and levels is on the path to connection.
Correct.
So there we go. So we know where our first proof is. And we got the world unlocked for it, so Slim can go get that at any point in time. I didn't quite catch the exact number that check was on.
That seemed
we'll
like
probably see it on Roro.
I mean, that was high 20s, low 30s. So, but Slim exiting out 32-42 on stats, already hitting that sweet spot you want to be at with your magic stat for final fights. So that is huge.
Yeah, we also got Slim getting Max Magnet from Space Paranoids, and the world is dead. So Space Paranoids cannot have the other 2 proofs.
I mean, I do like Slim. I do like Slim's play here. Immediately turning into LOD, knowing he can just blitz through this entire world. We'll get checks, we'll get frog points, and we'll be heading toward a guaranteed proof. I think it's definitely a smart play on his behalf.
Absolutely. All right. Yeah. So we got Roro possibly going to pick up his Sword of the Ancestor here soon. We'll also get to see what number this level was.
And Roro's magic stat is just starting to blender these up.
Mm-hmm. All right, level 28. Yeah.
So.
All right, so we got our. So Roro knows where 1 proof absolutely is. Yeah, gonna get right by the other screen, just so that way we're nice and ready whenever we're done here.
I do like the fact that Roro is trying to get a little bit more XP out of this, just to see where that strength stat goes. But unfortunately, all that extra leveling was purely for magic stat. So,
yeah. We also got another hint that Space Paranoids has no path to the light. So that kills off all of our magnet worlds. So that leaves OC, Twilight Town, and STT as our 3 worlds that can have non-existence and peace. The only world that we have hinted towards any of that is STT. So STT is kind of going to be our way of figuring that out.
Well, yeah, and here's the big thing for STT though.
Hmm.
If STT's information falls onto any world that has information outside of itself and non-existence when it comes out, it's gonna immediately die.
Hmm.
So, that could be a big tell here in the coming minutes,
Yeah.
based on if we get either Valor or Limit Form out of LOD at any point.
So on Slim's side, because he's a little bit further in this world, he has found Battlefields of War and Lamp Charm. So Battlefields of War, if OC is where one of our proofs is, it's nice that the world is unlocked is in another of our proof worlds. So
Yeah, and Roro just picked it up. It was on mission 3, so it was very early in the world.
Yeah. All right, MegaSlim into the minute fight while we see Roro doing mission 2. All right, Uki, in the last 3 worlds, where do you think our proofs are?
I've got a favorite being TT and OC. It's just more highly likely. But here's the other thing. If East points to another world that isn't LOD, PT, or Pride Lands, if that's our one of our next hints is a peace hint, that would kill off OC. So that's a big thing to consider, or at least for a piece.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is the right play to do. I personally would be the betting person and jump into STT, because worst case scenario, you're going to get pointed where you need to go for that second proof, and it very easily kills off the third proof. I think it's a solid play to make at this point, because it could be holding the ice cream. I think the only concern is if it's holding limit form.
Yeah.
And it's because the fact that limit form would point back to both TT and STT, and it would push you deeper. But I do think that is another play that could be made very easily.
Yeah. I'm feeling good about OC having a proof. I'm like, with how much we've seen of it and needing to go into the second visit anyway, like I feel like OC might be the play after this.
I mean, I definitely could. I can see that on.
Plus, also look at our runners' perspectives. Roro would be more likely in this moment to go to STT because he has Trinity Limit, like from pushing 100 Acre Wood. So he has a way of doing it fast. Slim doesn't have that. So we might see Slim go to OC and we might see Roro go to STT.
I think that's actually a very good thing to point out, and I think you're 100%.
That's
Twilight Tower, it has a path to all lights.
Okay. So does that mean that it's TT and OC?
It has to, because like it almost certainly has to. The one thing that does is that almost guarantees OC at this point, I think.
So I think Walpy was right earlier saying that ice cream is an STT. Like, there's a high possibility that ice cream could be an STT.
Yeah. I also think the other thing, like what you had said earlier about Roro could go STT pretty easily with the Trinity Limit. MegaSlim, having already done all of OC1 and having stats to very easily get through OC2, it would be
That's true too.
very reasonable for Slim to make that OC push. and it would be very reasonable for Roro to go to STT. I think going to STT would be monumental for Roro, and I think he may very easily do that once he gets this hint that Slim just got about TT being on all lights.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, we got Slim continuing through Agrabah 2. Both of our runners using auto limit, and Roro getting to 3 while Slim gets to 2. Nothing really off of those levels or anything like that. So drive's still 0. We still don't know if they have anything on them, but the chance that there is, I'm not going to say likely or unlikely, possibility.
Yeah, and one thing to note, if OC has a proof, it has to be non-existence. You have 2 Thunders and that the battlefields pointing or in other locations, and we have 2 peace hints at this point.
True. Yeah. Absolutely. We do have another magic. We got a cure here in the throne room. So Slim going to go here and collect his proof of connection. Meanwhile, Roro about to finish up the first visit. Get his bone fist and all that. See a nice Storm Rider fight here from MegaSlim. So we see him hanging on for dear life. Falling off a little bit. Yeah, I was going to say, if you fall off around that HP and everything like that, he's going to kind of just go into this triangle prompt. Not enough for the swag kill, but is going to secure the kill right there for the proof of connection.
Yep. And now we definitely need to see what Slim is going to do next.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, push into OC, get some prog points, get another hint.
Yep, that and potentially that second proof. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Yeah. So, all right. Uppies, let's go.
I mean, at worst case, Slim then knows from here has to go STT into TT. So I don't think this is a bad play at all. Like we said, especially with the information that Slim has, the fact that Slim already had pushed to OC2, this is just a lot of information coming in very quickly that will kind of push Slim into his end game. I think almost guaranteed.
Absolutely. So we got Slim about to head up to the orange statue check and all that. Meanwhile, Roro's gonna pick up his cure, get ready for his Storm Rider fight. Yeah, so we shall see.
Roro resetting through the world real quick just to keep the drive gauge, so makes perfect sense there.
Absolutely.
Double checking to see, hey, maybe one of these
oh, well, it's here. Because LOD is on the path of non-existence. And
ooh, that's huge. That is huge.
And there's that nice Battlefields of War, the first thing we got there. So yeah, so we've got ourselves a
I mean, at this point now, you know for a fact that the next play has to be STT. There's no choice, because the fact that you don't have that what's called ice cream,
Mhm.
and you know that STT has to present information.
Mhm.
Now, the concern I would have as these runners at this point is, what if STT is only like Valor form or limit?
Right, because that's the thing, is
uh,
STT is still alive because we have not found Valor, we have not found Limit, and those are the only things that hint towards STT.
Yeah,
So,
but if it only has that, then we're pushing progression and trying to kind of blind hunting for an ice cream until we get the progression hint.
right,
So,
absolutely.
and
Yeah, so we got
Slim,
MegaSlim making the obvious play here.
yep, and Roro making that play too. Now
Yep.
remember, I think even with where Slim is at, Roro is going to get through STT. I think a bit faster, especially having that Trinity limit.
Yeah, Trinity Fire does wonders in this world. Yeah, but I will say right now, Slim does have a whole OC on Roro right now. So, given our plays and everything and how things are going to go, yeah, just yeah.
And we see, well, and I was gonna say we very quickly see Slim needing to use an aerial combo to push through the prompt at the beginning of the Cypher fight. Roro immediately going into Trinity limit, just closing the gap on how far behind in STT he is, being that he entered probably about 10 seconds later.
Mm-hmm.
And then there we go, Trinity limit pulling him out. And near identical timings. Like there's maybe 2 to 3 seconds here between the two of them right now.
Yep.
Now, granted, like you said, the whole OC difference, I think it's a ton to overcome. Roro kind of needs to hope this becomes a hunt for the ice cream that isn't STT.
Right.
Otherwise, Slim, I think, is just too far ahead to make this comeback for Roro. So,
yeah. So I like to say, it's not over till it's over.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah. That's half of what I like to say, but I'm not going to say the other half quite yet.
All right. And I guess we should also just have said, Roro heading out?
Okay. Roro just going to go do OC. That is fair.
I think Roro was doing some mental math and like, wait, OC has to have a proof.
Right. Well, and he just got the hint for LODs on the path to non-existence. So now he knows that this is a proof world. So he's like, all right, let's chase the guaranteed stuff. Then we'll worry about the possibility later.
Yeah, and I mean, at this point, if they were chasing down the same path of needing to find this ice cream and it being an STT, that's already, like we said, that was already going to be a losing situation for Roro at this point. But Roro getting this proof, if that ice cream is not here in STT, like we're back to a dead even ball game.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we got Slim here in the Twilight Thorn fight. I think this fight will give Slim his next hint as well. So
it should, yes.
Yeah, so there isn't a ton of hints that are really going to help us at this point. I don't know.
Okay, so
the only thing that would help us is another Path to Peace hint.
Yes. Now let me ask you, comics.
Mm-hmm.
It's
a dangerous game to play.
Yeah, if you're a fan, okay,
and
you want to, if you're a fan of this race and you want to see more content, what form do you want to see pop up in STT? If the ice cream isn't there?
Honestly, I would want to find a nice limit form. because limit is fun. Honestly, I'd love to find either form there because I'm a big fan of like chasing those chasing drives and everything. So I love it when things are on drives. And yeah, we have seen them leveling it and everything like that. Also, it's Twilight Town, because the world never was on the path to connection peace. So that gives us 3 hints towards the proof of peace. So it is in Twilight Town.
But now we also know that if it's not here, it's in the world that never was.
Right. So, now my question becomes, actually, no, it is a statement. Roro is going to find the hint for the world never was here in OC as he's going through, because he will get enough progression points to hint it in his journey. So he might not have to go back into STT if he wants to just push the world that never was.
And I would tell you this as a player who knows Roro fairly well. Roro would prefer to avoid STT as much as possible, and would probably most likely push the world that never was as soon as that hint is available.
And that is something else from in the chat. There is a possibility that the world never was could have another torn page, so we could see more in 100 Acre if there's a hint towards it that it's on the path to peace, because we can see one more path to peace hint here. Either that or a world could have 2 things. Right, so. Yeah. All right,
I would like to point out just something small to you comics that I think is quite hilarious.
I like funny things.
The proof tracker.
Proof tracker.
Notice it's a diagonal tic-tac-toe.
Bingo. What?
So, yeah, it is kind of nice that the way that these worlds ended up lining up.
That makes my, what is it? My ADHD very happy. Just to see it in a nice, even line. It's chef's kiss. So good.
All right. So Slim in Sunset Terrace still hasn't come across anything yet. So this is definitely going to be mansion. I mean, this very well could be a proof on Data Rocks. Or not a proof. It could be an ice cream on Data Roxas.
Yeah. And Slim does know that at this point that it's the world that never was. Like, he has enough hints, he has enough information to know that it is in not the world that never was, Twilight Town. I always screw that up. But yeah, so he knows it's in Twilight Town, so he's just hoping that this does have the ice cream. And depending on where he finds it, this may close the gap for him and Roro. Unless it is here. So, who knows? Who knows?
I mean, we're about to go get a handful of checks in the mansion before Axel 2. So,
yeah. So while Roro finishes up OC1, heads into OC2, we're gonna take a real nice look at what Slim is gonna find here in the mansion, or not find. We don't know. Rando be rando. Or it's right here.
It's right here. Yeah. There's the ice cream.
All right.
Slim heading to Nominator's room, going to get the sketch check because has to. World dies right there with the scimitar. Yep. So Slim heading to Twilight Town. Will probably just push this very quickly after going and resetting or clearing the flags so that he's able to get into TT3. We'll probably just ignore most checks unless it is a form, and head through. And is going to completely ignore all these checks. He's like, I don't care. Don't need limit. I have auto limit. You know, if things get hairy.
Right.
And
Slim
it's
is
just go mode.
Yeah, Slim is set. He's good. He's ready to go. He's got the stats. He's got what he needs. So that means that there is a form in The World Never Was. Could be a form in Twilight Town, in The World Never Was, or somewhere else. But we're probably not going to know because Slim is just going to rush to the end of this world.
Yeah, which is more than reasonable. The only way we'll find out if there is a form in this world is if we literally run across it while Slim is like cruising to finish this world. Checks one ability chest, sees its flash step. It's kind of convenient, and then
there you go. Combo plus, yes, sure, sure. Bye.
All right, and Roro now on to the Hades fight in OC2, while Slim heading for Betwixt.
Yeah, so not going to say that it absolutely is happening because the race is not over yet. However, there's a high probability that we are going to see Slim versus Nin10 directly after this. So, yeah. But we see Roro doing some nice Berserk strats with Final on Hades here, going to be getting his second proof. Meanwhile, Slim just got his third. So
yep.
There you go. He's heading into final fights now.
And we do also have to note that Twilight Town did actually die proper there, so we only know where one of the two forms is for sure. We don't know if there's a second, or both of them are sitting in the world that never was, or if there's another one floating around in one of the remaining worlds.
The world will never know.
You know,
Roro
I'm actually
heading back into STT.
I'm actually slightly surprised by this, but I mean, at this point, he'd already started it, so it kind of makes sense to finish this up. So that's a good thing to note.
Yep. Yeah, Slim starting the final fights track. Yeah. Check something here. So we got some nice chicken little strats here from MegaSlim. If you keep your distance here from these little clock dudes, I was told their actual name a while back, and I cannot remember them. I'll call them time bombs. But if you run far enough away from chicken while you're in that fight, the whistle is just going to immediately send them into the turbine. So, very nice, fun and easy strat. You can try at home on your copy of Kingdom Hearts 2, which actually is on sale right now on Epic Games. So if you want to try out the randomizer and haven't gotten it on Epic Games, you can actually do that right now. Hashtag not sponsored, but
yeah,
this is kind of the game that we play.
Yeah. Now Slim going through the engine core fight, pretty smooth, quick and concise. Drops chicken, goes into final form, is just prepping for AX1 at this point. So we would have to see quite a bit of a blunder, I think, at this point for Slim not to pull this one out. and the very quick AX1 fight. Yeah, so Roro in the middle of struggle fights. We'll see how he goes or how he does from here.
All right, heading into Zemnis 2, MegaSlim.
Yeah.
Fun little speed run tech that you can do in this fight. I believe the speed run uses it. Also, nothingness is a turtle. If you have magic lock on, you can hit Armored Zemnis with a thunder right after those reaction commands, and then use Trinity and you just zip right to him. And do some attacks to him and everything like that. So
Yeah.
be ready on elixirs and everything like that. Nice and fun thing that you can use.
And we have actually seen that already in this tourney. During Winter's Quarters, Nintendo implemented using that to pull off the very close matchup with Dark. So that is definitely good. These top runners, they're all very well skilled. They know they need to take advantage of little optimizations like that at times, and that's where some of these matches come down to seconds. It's those little things that are going to make the difference. So MegaSlim on to final Zemnis, and I think if we can have production focus in on that fight, this is definitely going to be a nice easy clinic, I think. Granted, commentator's curse, so I'm hoping that Slim gets through this easily. But Slim's stats are very well equipped for this. The reflects are doing solid damage.
Yeah, I mean, you do have reflect, like base reflect, so it's not as strong as you'd want it to have. Going into session a little bit early, so didn't quite get the reflect damage on him that he would have wanted. Gonna restore his MP. Not quite. Oh, there we go. All right. Let's see if we can get one combo off.
No,
doesn't quite get it.
Unfortunate. No,
so
Slim
probably gonna see diets faster.
Yeah, we are indeed gonna see diets faster. For those who don't know, taking a dome is approximately 90 seconds of time. Usually, if you can die as soon as you get the dome and redo the fight and get dome skip the next time, it is typically faster.
Yep. Alright, doing another reaction command after this. Oh, there's just a clone over there. So fun thing, Roro is just now getting his ice cream, so he is going to be finishing up.
And this time Slim hitting that reflect timing just right so that the reflect damage does hit Zemnis and finishes off, and that will be it. And I'm pretty sure Roro sees the race time, sees that Slim's finished. GG's to Slim. GG's to both our runners. I would say, both of them very talented. I know this is the end of the road for Roro in this season of the KH2Rando League, but you have to consider Roro was actually came in on almost no practice, not even originally planning to join, but did a charity event beforehand and had an incentive that he would join the league, and did extremely well. So,
absolutely.
But yes, Slim will take that win. So,
Slim will take the win, and we are going to take a quick break, but we are going to go into MegaSlim versus Nintendo here shortly. So hope you stay tuned for that, and we'll catch you after the break.
We may or may not have some commentary changes, but you guys will see when we get back.